Today we're in the Santa Cruz Mountains in Northern California looking for amphibians, specifically the California giant salamander and Santa Cruz black salamanders. Right now we're shining this wall. Here's a banana slug. And hopefully we'll find some soon.
I don't know what he was
Yo, Santa Cruz black salamander.
Like 30 seconds after the intro.
Like literally immediately. Wow.
So I can touch it?
No.
So I'm gonna touch this.
Maybe.
Nice. It's so cute.
Second salamander of the night is a yellow-eyed entatina. This guy was seen crawling around in the leaf litter. There's a Pacific tree frog seen in the road. Pretty big guy. Here's another entatina. This is a California giant salamander, but unfortunately it appears to be very unhealthy. We found it floating in the creek and it's very limp. So we're just gonna release it, but it's a good sign. Hopefully we'll find a healthier one.
Alright, that's
Alright, so we found a California giant salamander, but unfortunately this is not the giant we were hoping for. Hopefully we'll find another. Hopefully we'll find a larger one, but this is actually a very cool looking one.
He's in shed.
in shit.
He got some weird.
I don't know why his
blue on
eyes
the
are so
eye.
cloudy.
Here's another entatina that we just found. Probably about an hour and a half in. Probably gonna look for another 2 hours, but we've seen a bunch of these guys tonight. Probably around 8 or so.
Rare.
Crazy find, lifer.
All right, here's an arboreal salamander. He's got some reduced pattern, which is pretty cool. I wouldn't really
Not pattern.
expect these in the redwood forest because I'm used to seeing them in urban areas, but it would make sense. I think this is the 5th species that we've seen tonight.
Yeah, we've
of
seen like
amphibian.
everything that we can except for slender.
Yeah.
Oh, just found this.
So we
yours
found another
truly?
giant salamander.
Yours truly.
Chilling in the creek thing.
Casual comma.
In the sea.
Kamla in C2.
Here's the 3rd California giant salamander of the night. This one's a bit bigger than the one we just saw. And it was hanging out in a little seep on the side of the road, but pretty cool. We're gonna keep looking, hopefully find a bigger one, but so far the night's gone really well. The next find of the night was this California newt, which was pretty sad to see because this guy appeared to be blind and also very skinny. We weren't even sure if he was alive when we first saw it. Alright, we had a really good night and we found both of our targets, the Santa Cruz black salamander and California giant salamander. I'm going to pick this video up next weekend because we're going to look for some speckled black salamanders with Brandon and Marcus. Hello everyone. Today we are in Sonoma County, California, and tonight we are going to be looking for red-bellied newts, California giant salamanders, and speckled black salamanders. And then tomorrow we're going to be joined by Ranger Marcus, Ferris, and Brandon to look for more speckled black salamanders and the species I listed before. Here is the next find of the night, an entatina that was just seen on the side of the trail. I'm not completely sure what subspecies this is. I think it might be an intergrade between the Oregon entatina and the yellow-eyed entatina, but I'll have to check. After we went on that night hike, we went to bed and then woke up at 4 a.m. to cruise for tiger salamanders, and we didn't find any. We found a lot of chorus frogs and some entatinas like this one, but it was pretty unproductive. As always, we released this individual in the direction it was heading before going back to the campsite and getting a few hours of rest before we met up with Brandon and Marcus.
Should I tell them?
In situ cloudy.
Hey, we got one.
Alright guys, so Brandon has a baby speckled black salamander up there. And here's an ensatina. And then up there, I just flipped another adult speckled black salamander, and Marcus is photographing it right now. This was the only speckled black salamander we found today, despite a lot of flipping. Next weekend, we're going back to the redwood forests of Santa Cruz to look for more salamanders. Today, we're in Santa Cruz County, looking for Santa Cruz black salamanders and California giant salamanders again. We're in a different locale from the area that we saw them earlier this video though, so hopefully we'll see some. I haven't been to this spot in a while, and I've also never found Santa Cruz black salamanders here. I'll update you guys when we find our first herp. First salamander of the night is a yellow-eyed ensatina. I just ran the intro about a minute ago, so I think it's going to be a pretty good night for salamanders. It's drizzling right now, and the area got about an inch of rain today, but I think it should definitely be enough for our targets today. Right here we have an arboreal salamander, which is a member of the Anietes genus, the climbing salamanders. And it's actually on this tree here, which is pretty cool. But it's not the target species, not the Santa Cruz black salamander. But it's still pretty cool. I've never seen one on a tree like this. We're just gonna keep going though.
All right, quick check-in. We're about an hour and a half in. We still have not found very much. Just a bunch of ensatinas, but I don't know. I feel like we're doing the right stuff. We're kind of looking around the creek, just examining stuff. I'm pretty sure we're gonna turn something up here soon. Just need to focus.
This is the larval form of a California giant salamander. When they're younger, they live in the water until they become adults. After almost 2 hours of searching, we finally found one of our targets, the California giant salamander. This individual had very nice patterning and was overall a very pretty specimen. Here is another California giant salamander that we just hiked. Toby just found this one on this little sandstone cut here. We've been shining a lot of these. Still haven't found any Santa Cruz black salamanders, but this is the second one we came across, the second California giant salamander, so I'd say tonight was pretty successful. Oh, here's a size reference. Both the ones that we saw today were fairly small, definitely not the true giants, but still very cool. Right above that California giant salamander, there were some rock walls, and upon searching them, we found a bunch of these arboreal salamanders. These are all juveniles, so they were kind of hard to differentiate from the Santa Cruz black salamanders, but one way to tell them apart is that the Santa Cruz black salamanders usually have a greenish coloration, while the arboreal salamanders have more of a bluish tint.
He bugging for real.
Thanks so much for watching to the end of this video. With the spring season here, we'll be releasing a lot of content about snakes and other reptiles soon.